have with us Vikramaditya, who is in the middle of a lot of things as of now. My first question to you, Vikram, is this is going to be your first election after your father. Personally, how difficult it is for you, personally and politically?
No, definitely, since we are going in ahead in elections, and especially the state elections, without him being at the helm, it is a big void not only for myself and my family, but for the entire Congress party. But also on the flip side, I also believe that his legacy will continue. It will continue with all the Congress cadres and with all the leaders in Himachal Pradesh. And today also, if you will see in our banners and in our advertisements and in what the Congress party is propagating, we are talking about the Virbhadra Singh Vikas model, which he has built in Himachal over the long, decades-old political career that he had in Himachal. So we will be building on that. We will be working on that, and we all belong from the so-called Virbhadra Singh school of thoughts, and we will work on that. We will work on his legacy and take forward that narrative in Himachal Pradesh in the times to come, and particularly in these times of in these difficult times of regionalism, casteism, where he always tried to build the gap and bridge the gap between various parts of the state, whether it was the lower areas, whether it was the merged areas or the old Himachal. So that is the narrative that we are trying to build, and we will take that forward with these elections. And I'm sure that the people of the state will shower us with their blessings. As recently in the by-elections that were there in the state, that also were there, that also we fought after his passing, and we were successful in the Mandi Lok Sabha election, in the three Vidhan Sabha elections, and particularly in Mandi because the incumbent chief minister belongs from Mandi, and he built this narrative of regional divide in the state, where he gave this nara of Mandi Meri hai aur Meri rahegi, and the people of Mandi gave a befitting reply to him. And this message was sent across the state very loudly and clearly that Himachal is one, whichever part of Himachal you belong to.
And my other question to you is Anurag Thakur yesterday got very emotional on the stage. What's your take on that?
No, definitely, he is a very seasoned politician, a very senior person, and but his being emotional was not as a leader; it was as a son, because his father, Shri Prem Kumar Dhumal ji, is a stalwart in Himachal politics. He has been there in state politics for a very long time. He's been the chief minister of Himachal Pradesh for two terms, and this is the first time that he will not be contesting elections from Hamirpur. So, as a son, he had gone there to campaign for the party, and definitely he must have got emotional because his father, the two most recognizable faces on either sides of the treasury benches or the opposition, Mr. Virbhadra Singh ji, late Virbhadra Singh ji, and Prem Kumar Dhumal ji, today they are not in the fray directly. So he must have recounted those past images must have flashed through his mind, and he must have got emotional. So as a son, it is obvious that we are politicians, but somewhere we are human beings also. So it is but obvious for people to get emotional.
So when do we expect the Congress list out? Hopefully it is not going to be like Punjab a few hours before
No,
the
no.
elections.
I'm sure our leaders and our in charge, Rajiv Shukla ji, is a very astute politician. He's not a politician who mingles with people, in the sense that he is not a mass leader, but he considers himself as a shrewd politician and as a very good strategist. So I would say that he has selected the right candidates for all the seats, uh, uh, primarily on basis of merit, on basis of inability, and with the support of PCC President, CHP leader, and Mr. Sukhu, we have been collectively working on it. And the first and the second list that has come out, that is a very good list. I won't say that it is 100% we will win all the seats, but we will give a good fight, even in seats where we are weak. And in the last tickets that are yet to come, I'm sure there is some kind of political maneuvering and pressures from all sides. So I'm sure they will take everything into consideration, and very soon before the last date of nomination. The list will come out in a day or two, and on 25th, whoever is given the ticket, they will file the nominations.
Drugs is a big issue here. What are you guys doing about it?
No, definitely we will try to work on it in the times to come. There are two aspects to it. One is the legal aspect, where you can bring in laws to make stringent efforts and stringent acts to curb the menace of drugs, whether it is uh, liquor or chemical drugs or any other kind of intoxications. But at the same time, we need to create awareness also. And for that, I think it is very important that we need to take the social setup and the civil societies into consideration. They need to be brought on board to create awareness. And the number of rehabilitation centers that we have in Himachal at the moment are below average. So we need to ramp up that. We need to have at least 1 to 2 rehabilitation centers in every district, and even in subdivisions, so that people can be brought there, and and a good incentive is given to them and their families, that they should come out of this in the times to come. And we should not only see them as criminals, but we should give them a second chance, so that they come back to the society. And because this leaves a lot of mental pressure, not only on the person who is addicted, but even on his family. And especially after this COVID period, because of a lot of unemployment that happened in these last 2 years, a lot of youth who were unemployed, even though they were not wanting to get into this, but because to get out of this mental this anxiety, they were forced to get into drugs. So we need to get them back on track. We need to tell them that the government and the administration is with you and supporting you in all your efforts, so that in the times to come we are able to build a better Himachal. And that we can only do when we are able to take out the youth from this and take them on the right way forward, in which employment will also play a very important role.
Your father, Vidya Stokes, and also Mr. Bali, they're missing this time. Do you think you guys are missing this tall leaders here? Do you think there's going to be an impact? Like the tall,
No, definitely.
the most experienced leaders you have?
Definitely that void cannot be filled. But then we need to move on. That is the way the society and the world is built. Because even if you look at it nationally, at one point after Nehru, there was a question that after Nehru, who will lead the country? But there have been stalwarts who have led the country over the period of time, whether they were from Congress or from BJP. Mr. Vajpayee was one of such luminaries and a very tall figure in national politics. In the same way, the position that these leaders had, especially Virbhadra Singh ji, or for that matter, our founder and first Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, Dr. Yashwant Parmar ji, and Thakur Ramlal ji. So definitely they have left a lasting impression on the minds of the people of the state. But we need to move forward. We need to build new trust with the people, and especially the first-time voters. I was going through my own constituency yesterday, the statistics, and I have around 78,000 voters, out of which there are 6,000 new voters who will be voting for the first time. So we need to make a direct connect with them, and that is the case throughout the state. All the leaders need to build a new rapport with the youth of the state, because they are the catalysts of the future. They are the torch bearers of the future. So they need to be taken on board. Confidence needs to be given to them that in the times to come we will be the approach of the government will be more youth centric, whether it is employment, whether it is self-employment, whether it is any other thing. So that needs to be done, and we are trying to do that to our level best. In the elections also we will fight with all these issues. I always believe on fighting on two issues, that is on logic and on facts. I don't say things which we are not able to achieve. So that is something that we are going forward with, because we also understand that Himachal is under tremendous amount of debt. Today, Himachal has a fiscal deficit of almost 65,000 crores. So we cannot promise the moon and tomorrow not deliver on it. So we have to have a very practical approach and only talk about issues which can be delivered tomorrow, if and when we come to power.
So So this was Vikramaditya, who says they need to connect with the youth, but the old people will be missed badly. This is Monica Chauhan for the Tribune.